Hello friends, in this video we are going to discover the top 10 most expensive countries in the world. Nothing unites people quite like a mutual anger towards rising rental prices, housing, and the highway robbery that is grocery shopping. Where it used to be the case that weekly rent could see you live a fairly social life and still afford to take that holiday regularly, now it seems we're destined to be spending every waking moment at work just so we can have a comfortable place to sleep at night and maybe even a long lunch with friends once a month. Kindly make sure to hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon before we start this video about the 10 most expensive countries in the world. The cost of living has only increased over the years. Paying for necessities like housing, power, water, groceries, clothing, and gas for your vehicle can add up. But in some of the countries, the cost of living is astronomical, making it a struggle for many individuals and families to make a living. However, even if a country has cheap rent and bargain prices on food, it could be pricey in other areas. High taxes, low wages and above-average transportation costs can all contribute to a high cost of living for residents. If you are thinking of relocating, then watch this video till the end before you do, as you might be shocked to find out just how expensive some of the countries are. Have you ever wondered where in the world is the most expensive place to live? We've uncovered the countries where your wallet will have to stretch the furthest to get by. The ranking is based on the price of consumer goods, including groceries, restaurants, transportation, and utilities, but excluding the cost of accommodation. The index scores are relative percentages of the cost of living compared to New York City, which has an index score of 100. So, countries scoring below 100 are cheaper to live in than New York, and countries scoring above 100 are pricier. We've put together this list based on accommodation and living expenses for a single person living in the capital city of each country, and according to population. Watch this to see the most expensive countries to live in this year. All dollar values in US dollars unless otherwise stated. Now let's dig deeper into each of the top 10 most expensive countries in the world. Number 10 on the list of most expensive countries in the world is Barbados. Barbados is a sovereign island nation in the Lesser Antilles of the West Indies, which is the Caribbean region of North America. It covers approximately 349 square kilometers and is 23 kilometers wide and 34 kilometers long, with a total population of 285,719 people. Barbados is the fourth most densely populated country in the Americas and its capital city, Bridgetown, has approximately 110,000 people living in it. To rent a one-bedroom studio apartment in Bridgetown, you're looking at spending around $500 a month, or $100 a night in an Airbnb. A basic meal out will cost you no less than $13. A beer is around $6.50 and coffee is approximately $5 depending on where you go. Number 9 on the list of most expensive countries in the world is Japan. Japan is an archipelago island nation in Southeast Asia, made up of 6,852 islands, with a current total population of 126.8 million people. Of the 6,582 islands, the 4 largest islands account for the majority of inhabitants, as roughly 97% Japan's population live on the 4 islands. Japan has many major cities, like Osaka, Yokohama, Nagoya, and Sapporo, which are all populated by more than 2 million people. However, Tokyo, Japan's capital city and the largest city in Japan, has an approximate population of 37 million people. To rent a one-bedroom studio apartment in Tokyo, you're looking at spending in the region of $1,370 a month, or $111 a night in an Airbnb. Eating out varies in price, but as an average for one person, you should be looking at spending around $15 for a basic meal and around $6 for a beer. Coffee is also pretty reasonable, considering how expensive Tokyo is, at $2.81 a cup. Number 8 on the list of most expensive countries in the world is Norway. Located in Northern Europe, Norway is a Scandinavian country with a total population of 5.3 million people. Norway shares its borders with Sweden, Russia, and Finland, and has a total land mass of 385,203 square kilometers. It's only the 171st most densely populated country on Earth, with roughly 14 people for every square kilometer. Rent is expensive in Norway's capital, so renting a one-bedroom studio apartment in Oslo will set you back around $1,193 a month, or $85 a night in an Airbnb. You won't have much change left from $15 when buying a meal out, and a beer will set you back around $9.11. Number 7 on the list of most expensive countries in the world is the Bahamas. Made up of over 700 islands, the Bahamas has an approximate population of 389,482 million people living across its 13,943 square kilometers landmass. The largest city in the Bahamas is Nassau, with a total population of 255,000. If you're thinking about visiting the Bahamas, then you should budget approximately $950 a month for a one-bedroom studio apartment in the city, or $149 a night for an Airbnb. You'll need to take at least $50-$100 with you when you go out for a meal and some drinks, as a basic meal cost around $15-$20 and a beer will cost you around $2.50. Coffee is a little on the expensive side, at around $5 each. Number 6 on the list of most expensive countries in the world is Luxembourg. One of the smallest countries on our list, Luxembourg is also one of the smallest sovereign nations on the planet, and it won't leave you with a lot of wiggle room when it comes to your monthly expenses. Luxembourg is a landlocked country, located in Western Europe, and has an estimated population of 620,319 people. Its population is small compared to other countries on the list, however, it has roughly 207 people per square kilometer, making it the 67th most densely populated country on Earth. When you arrive in Luxembourg City, you can expect to pay around $1,322 per month for a one-bedroom studio apartment, or $80 a night in an Airbnb. Luxembourg seems like it's slightly more expensive than the Bahamas when it comes to luxuries like beer and coffee, as one beer will cost you around $9 and coffee will set you back $6. Eating a basic meal out will cost between $17 to $25 for one person depending on what you order. Number 5 on the list of most expensive countries in the world is Iceland. Iceland is located between the North and Atlantic Oceans and has a total surface area of 103,001 square kilometers. However, Iceland's population of 339,949 people remains relatively low in comparison to others on our list, as its harsh geographical landscape proves difficult to live in for many, at times. As a result, Iceland has the lowest population density of any European country, at just 3 people per kilometer. Staying in Iceland will cost you approximately $1,236 a month for a one-bedroom studio apartment in the capital city of Reykjavik, or $128 a night in an Airbnb. Whilst you're there, eating out will cost you around $12 for a basic meal, $8 for a beer and $2.15 for a cup of coffee. Number 4 on the list of most expensive countries in the world is Denmark. The southernmost Nordic country in Northern Europe, Denmark, bordered by Germany, Sweden and Norway, has a total current population of 5.7 million people. The Scandinavian country's capital city is Copenhagen, which has an urban population of 1.2 million people, and a metropolitan population of 1.99 million. Known as one of the happiest places to live on Earth, Copenhagen is also a very expensive city to live in. For a one-bedroom studio apartment, you're looking at $1,917 a month, or $96 a night in an Airbnb. Eating out will cost you approximately $18 per person, and beers and coffee are anyway between $5.50 to $6.50 a pop. Number 3 on the list of most expensive countries in the world is Switzerland. With more than 8.6 million people living across 41,285 square kilometers, Switzerland is the 95th most populated country in the world, and the 135th largest country in terms of the total landmass. Switzerland has a number of beautiful cities to live in, like its capital, Bern, and it's the largest city, Zurich. Bern has approximately 133,000 people living there, and accommodation for a month in Bern, for one person, will cost in the region of $1,366 or $86 a night in an Airbnb. A meal out will cost you approximately $15, $20, with an additional beer costing around $6 and coffee costing around $5 a cup. Number 2 on the list of most expensive countries in the world is Cayman Islands. The Cayman Islands is the second most populated British overseas territory in the world, just behind Bermuda. It is located in the western end of the Caribbean Sea and has a total current population of approximately 63,000 people. It's made up of a number of islands like Grand Cayman, Little Cayman and Cayman Brac. The Cayman Islands are well known for housing offshore companies, and it's believed that there are over 100,000 companies registered in the Cayman Islands. If you're considering doing business in Georgetown, the capital city of the Cayman Islands, then a one-bedroom studio apartment will cost you around $1,924 a month or $83 a night in an Airbnb. Food and drink on the island are where you might spend a lot of your money. A basic meal out will cost you at least $20, $30, with beer costing around $8 and coffee costing around $7 a cup. Number 1 on the list of most expensive countries in the world is Bermuda. At over $5,000 a month for accommodation and living expenses, Bermuda is the most expensive place to live in worldwide. Similar to the Cayman Islands, Bermuda is another British territory located in the North Atlantic. Bermuda has a total population of approximately 65,000 people living across a total landmass of 20.5 square miles. Its capital city, Hamilton, is also Bermuda's only incorporated city and has a current population of just over 1,000 people. When looking for accommodation in the city, you're going to need some deep pockets, as a one-bedroom studio apartment will cost you around $2,675 a month, or $212 a night in an Airbnb. If you're a drinker, then get prepared to spend some cash, as one glass of beer will cost you a minimum of $10, and dinner will be around $20, $30 per person. So, which is your favorite country among the top 10 most expensive countries in the world? Well, that's all we have for you today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content of this video, click the subscribe button so you can receive more content like this. Post your favorite countries among the top 10 most expensive countries in the world in the comments below. I'd love to read them, and I'm sure others would too.